This is Ganesh. Today I am going to explain you the demographic conditions of India at the time of independence. When we got independence in 1947, what was the demographic conditions or profile of the country? That is what we are going to see. So first of all, let me tell you what is the meaning of demographic. Demographic or demographics is the study of population based on certain factors like age, race, sex, that is male or female. In this way, the proportion of the population, the poverty, illiteracy, all these things come under this demographics. When we study population of any particular area or particular country on the basis of certain specified characteristics, that is called demographics. And again, this kind of study is done by many government agencies and non-government agencies. And the main purpose of this kind of study is to know the economic status of the country, to go for economic planning, to see how much social welfare is being done and what policies are necessary. In this way, demographic study is very, very important. By understanding these demographics, when we got independence, at the time of independence, we can understand what was the economic status of India at the time of independence. What was our standards of the people? What was the literacy rate? What was the birth rate? What was the death rate? All these things we can understand by studying the demographic condition at the time of independence. Now let me explain you what was the demographic profile of India at the time of independence. Here are some important points I am discussing and I am explaining you. The first point is low literacy rate. The literacy rate of the country was very, very low. It was just 16%. And when we talk about the female literacy rate, that was only 7%. So by that we can understand the British government was not focusing on the literacy of the people, on the education standards of the country, and it never concentrated on improving the education standards of the country. It never wanted that the people should become educated. So literacy rate was very, very low. When we come to the second point, that is low standard of living. Standard of living of the people depends upon their income. If people are able to earn more money, the standard of living of the people will be good and better. But if the income is low, if they are not able to earn more money, then the standard of life will be confined to the basic necessities of life. So, at the time of independence, we can see most of the people were struggling for fulfillment of their basic necessities. We can understand that when we see the people used to spend 90% of their income only for fulfillment of basic necessities, that is food, clothing, shelter. So they were not able to save money for the future. They were not able to allocate any money for health expenditure or education or other things. So we can say people were only struggling for fulfillment of basic necessities. They were working very hard, they were earning money, but only they were able to fulfill their necessities. And again, here one more thing is important. The floods and famines was a regular activity. Frequently there used to be floods and famines in the country, and these floods and famines used to cause great loss of life and property. Government did nothing to save or protect the country from these kind of havocs. In 1943, there was a Bengal famine in which more than 3 million people died. So we can say acute poverty is one of the main reasons for the low standard of living. People were very poor and they were only struggling for fulfillment of basic necessities. The third point is high birth rate and death rate. The birth rate was very high and the death rate was also very high. And this indicates that the medical facilities available in the country were not to the reach of common man. They were away from the reach of common man. We can conclude two things from this: that sufficient medical facilities were not available in the country, one thing, and second thing, whatever medical facilities were available, they were very expensive, very costly, that the common man was afraid to have those facilities. Common man was not able to afford to those facilities. The fourth point is high infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate means the number of children who die before attaining the age of 1 year out of every 1,000 births. So when we see this infant mortality rate, it was very high. It was around 218 deaths per 1,000 births. Again, the reasons for this high infant mortality rate were lack of adequate medical facilities and acute poverty among the people. People were very poor and they could not have that nutritious food to maintain proper balance of nutrients in the body. So we can say the infant mortality rate was very high. The fifth point is poor health conditions. I have already told you there was lack of public health facilities or medical facilities in the country, and these facilities were away from the reach of common man because they were very expensive. And again, proper sanitation and proper hygiene were also not maintained, due to which airborne and waterborne diseases used to spread like anything, and they used to take a large number of lives every year. The sixth point I have mentioned here is low life expectancy. Life expectancy means we can say the number of years a person is expected to live a healthy life is called life expectancy. You can see it was around 32 years at the time of independence. So we can say during British rule, the life expectancy of Indians was very less. People used to die very young. And the main reason for this is lack of proper health facilities. Even people used to die with normal fever or cholera, malaria, all these things. A large number of people used to die every year because of airborne and waterborne diseases. So I explained you 6 important demographic points. And by seeing these demographic points, we come to some conclusions like: number 1 is the medical health facilities available in the country was not sufficient, not adequate, and they were away from the reach of common man. The second thing what we understand is acute poverty was prevailing in the country. The third thing what we understand from the points is lack of awareness among the masses. People were not aware what they should do and when they should do, what is right and what is wrong. These things they were not able to judge, and that was because of illiteracy. Due to lack of education, they were afraid of everything. We can say there was lack of productive activity. Most of the people were depending on agriculture, and that was their basic activity, and other productive activities were almost absent in the country. So poverty was prevailing.